Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of CookieCast. Today on CookieCast, it's the Formula One podcast, straight to the apex. The boys are here, and they're ready to bring you the Formula One news, race reviews, race previews, might even be a quiz. Who knows? Maybe. They'll be talking all things Formula One, and if you love Formula One, you are in the right place. But it's one of those things, if you know somebody who also loves Formula One, send the podcast in their direction. And if not, you can always like, share, subscribe and comment. Drop reviews, just get the podcast out there in the world. That's the way we do it. Anyway, let's get started. So here we go. This is CookieCast, straight to the apex.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yo, everybody. Welcome to Straight to the Apex podcast, episode 18 in association with CookieCast. This week, Monza, the Temple of Speed. However, I'd like to start on a more slightly serious note. I'd like to pay our respects to the passing of the Majesty of the Queen, Elizabeth. And I'd like to just before we start, a moment's silence. Just be silent with me now and just think of your fondest memory of her.
Did I not get the memo about the Blues Brothers?
I was going to say, did you not get the memo there, Mark?
For the viewers at home that are listening and watching, me and James are suited for this occasion because obviously it's a very serious occasion. The Don of all Dons has just passed away. The OG, the legend, the Queen of the only Queen has died. And for some reason, Mark Wilkin has dressed like he's waiting to reserve a sun lounger.
You do look like a really cheap extra out of Benidorm right now.
Well, I've just got back from the gym, but I'm just wondering, where was the memo about we're wearing full suits?
I got the memo.
The Queen of England has died. Stop trying to dig into
this
really deep cut already, Mark, because I'll get upset and I'll just quit. The Queen of England has died, and you look like you're going to go down International Drive and order a hot dog, no sauce.
Well, I am next week, to be fair, so maybe that's why. Would you like to introduce us while I look for this little note of why I'm not wearing a suit?
I think we'll have to move on, but Mark, you're a scumbag. That's all I can say.
Why you had massive, great, snuddies on, and I thought, what the fuck? Is James cold?
I'm not going to lie. I was really starting to sweat wearing that dressing gown over the suit. And on another note, I am full on Ron Burgundy in this right now. There are no pants on here.
I was going to say that there's no pants, is there?
And what's worse is Tony's got the picture to prove it.
Oh, it's like that, is it? You two messaging behind my back, sorting stuff out, making me look like a plank.
Yeah, but no, in all seriousness, though, rest in peace, Mom. Long live the king.
She was the goat. She was the goat.
She was the goat. I would like to go and see her, but I think I'm working on Thursday. But I would go and see her. I would be at the funeral, but I think,
to be fair, the security guard would stop you getting anywhere near dressed like that.
You know what? I could actually maybe pull this off there. That would be insane. But we just need more merchandise, guys. We need more merchandise.
You probably just have people helping you cross the road. All of a sudden, Marvel fans sitting there going, "Mommy, look, Daredevil."
I don't have one of them blind canes. I've got a pimp cane somewhere, but that's different.
I'm not actually surprised.
Let's move on. Let's move on from that Monza.
Yes.
We get to the case in point now, please.
Monza. What a boring race.
No introductions? No, James? No, Ayrton? James?
Hey, I'm not driving this. I'm just enjoying how slightly annoyed and confused you are right now, in fairness.
Oh, I'm very confused. I'm very slightly annoyed, yeah, but never mind.
It makes you feel better. I really want to take my jacket off, but in order to do so, I'd have to stand up.
I can start playing the full Monty music if you want.
Go for it. We'll have to pay like some loyalties for it, but
this collar's so tight right now. This collar's so tight. It's honestly slowly cutting off my circulation. But yeah, Monza. Should we start with qualifying? Just straight off the bat, qualifying.
Okay.
Yeah. It was crap.
It was boring. And it was crap. And it was pretty much just worthless because of all the penalties and why?
It was confusing.
Although I would like to add right now, thinking about it, one of the other reasons, Mark, that me and Tony are wearing a suit is in memory of Nicholas Latifi's career.
Yeah, that's true.
How very dare you?
Well, some Formula 3 driver comes in, absolute rookie, out-qualifies him, and then outdoes him in the race itself.
He qualified 10th, Latifi. Granted, a lot of people got penalties, but don't tell anybody that. He started 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's 2 places behind the guy that only got in the car in the morning, but it's the top 10. It's the top. The top 10 is the top 10.
Well, I mean, the top 10. The only bit of notes that I've got is De Vries locked the rears, ended up in Q2, and then we had Leclerc, Pole, Max second, Sainz third, Perez fourth, Hamilton fifth, Russell sixth, Norris seventh, Ricciardo eighth, Gasly ninth, Alonso 10th. But then that all changed because I'll literally read out as quickly as I can. Tsunoda was penalised 10 grid places for accumulating 5 reprimands during the current championship and 3 grid places for failing to slow for yellow flags during practice. Hamilton, go on.
I was going to say, I thought he took an engine penalty. I didn't realise he'd got reprimanded for having 5 reprimands this season already.
There's more.
Okay.
Hamilton, Tsunoda, and Sainz required to start from the back of the grid for use of additional power unit and/or gearbox elements.
Mm-hmm.
Perez, Verstappen, Ocon, Magnussen, and Bottas penalised 10, 5, 5, 15, and 15 grid places, respectively, for the use of additional power elements. Schumacher penalised for 15 grid places for the use of additional power unit and gearbox. Just crazy. Why should we change this? Does this need changing? I feel like it does.
Brundle was on about it, wasn't he? Saying that he thinks that teams should get fines. I actually think that this mixes the grid up a little bit, and it made it. If we didn't have a mixed grid, it would have been a very shit race.
Yeah.
Well, then it kind of makes qualifying just redundant. Why tune in on Saturday? Not that I tune in on Saturday anyway, but why tune in on Saturday if it's all just going to get jumbled up? I agree, but it defeats the quality of it.
I think 3 engines isn't enough. I think that's what we're learning from this year, aren't we?
Especially in a
new is not enough for 21 races or 22 races.
That's true. That's true. But maybe we should, I don't know.
It's never been a thing, though, in the past. It's never really been an issue. Well, it has, but not to this extent.
No.
It's probably more to do with the way the cars are now and stuff like that. But
I know. I just think it. I mean, to finish it off, the grid was Leclerc, Verstappen, Russell, Norris, Ricciardo, Gasly, Alonso, Max, De Vries, Zhou, Latifi. to sort of top 10. I may have pronounced
Joe.
Joe. That's it. Just think Joe. Joe. That's it.
Juan. Not Juan. It's not from Mexico.
Juan Sheet.
Juan. So did Tsunoda take engine penalties as well as his bad boy penalty? Is that why he went back?
He was 20th, and Hamilton was 19th. Heinz. 18th.
Other baked beans manufacturers out there, folks.
I thought it was a random German driver.
Well, like Hans Gruber.
Legend. What a legend he is.
Was.
Yes.
That's why you're wearing the suit, Hans Gruber. Rest in peace.
Oh, mate, with the... Yeah. I'm like a young, sexy Alan Rickman.
Hey, God rest his soul.
And there's nothing young and sexy about the guy that's below us. Not with them glasses on.
Who's below who?
You're currently at the bottom.
Make your sexual innuendos there, guys. Make them there. So yeah, it was very boring qualifying, and it just mixed it up. I thought it was pointless, but more engine units maybe in the future that'd make it better.
I don't think we need more engine units. Like we've always had 3. That's pretty much always been the general rule. And I can't believe you've got your phone ringing.
I know.
Wait a minute.
Is it best predictions?
Who's this? Wait a minute. Hello? Ronald. The guy. Yes, Agent Tony speaking. How are you doing? You all right? Don't get angry with me, bozo. Yes, I know. The livery was fantastic. I know. They should have put French fries on the car. It was amazing. I know. The engineers should have been dressed up as nuggets, but they didn't want to. They'd rather dress up as minions or bananas. I know. No. It's Ronald.
Mate, we've got a podcast to do. Hurry up.
It's Ronald.
I don't care who it is.
He's telling me hospitality was a bit crusty in Monza because it's a very prestigious track. And the circuit was very twisty. Yeah, that's an American slang term. You're such a joker. I know, Ronald. You
James,
are such a
can we have a vote that he never hosts a podcast again?
I don't know. I'm enjoying this.
He's got a question for you, Mark. He's got a question for you. I don't think we should do it.
How angry am I? Very.
No. He says, have you seen the clown that hides from people?
No.
Okay. No, he hasn't. Nah, he's not good enough then. No. Oh, the new strategist for Ferrari. Pennywise. Yes, he'll do all right. But he's got a bad record here. Well, he might see something from the drains, I'll be honest. Okay, then. All right. James, have you seen the clown that hides from people?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in your garden. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Anyway, enjoy yourself, Ronald. Hit me up. Yeah, Vegas 23. We'll be there, boy. Yeah. See you in a bit. I was just Ronald. You know the guy.
Don't give up your day job term.
Okay, then. Oh, the clown's here. All right, dude. Yeah, okay. We'll get back to the podcast anyway.
Oh, good. Oh, we are recording the podcast, right?
So back to the podcast. I mean, Brundle in Sky Sports sums it up beautifully. Unacceptable, painful moments, mad with grid penalties at qualifying, and robbed of a grandstand finish finale by the safety car. What did you guys think? Could you put it any better?
Mark?
No.
What? Sorry, I'm just confused about what the hell is going on tonight. Like,
I've got Ronald. I've got Ronald's number.
Are we talking about the race? Because you said you were doing news first. I don't know what's going on.
We've hit the. If you've got any news, Mark, you can hit me with the news if you want. I mean, I just wanted a little snippet of what you thought of the race before we went into the news.
It was ruined, and it ended how it should have ended in Abu Dhabi last year.
Yeah, there was a lot of vibes of that on it. Supposedly, this is how it should have ended.
Yeah, it should. And I think they've made themselves look even worse by doing it to the letter of the law this year, which is what it should have been last year.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think on the social media side, people like, oh, Lewis and British fans are all a bit butthurt and all this shit. But it's true. You can't say any better than yourself, Mark. Like, last year was a farce, like an absolute farce. And we can joke about it. You've got to laugh about it or you'll cry about it. But this proves that it was just a joke.
Oh, the jacket's coming off.
He's going to say something serious.
I also think that Christian Horner's been very quiet on the whole subject.
He has, actually. Yeah.
Oh, Tony, well played. Well played. Did James miss that or did you see that?
I missed that.
Just have another drink, Tony. You're a bit thirsty.
You, Mark. We're open to sponsorship, by the way, guys. If anybody would like and subscribe to this podcast, it'd be a bit of a crazy start to this one, but I mean, if you enjoy it, let us know. If you hate it, let us know.
And just like that subliminal message on the bottom of Tony's cup, we can stick your logo there.
We can stick your logo there. So, and honestly, the amount of views and amount of marketing that will do is incredible. And in my opinion. I mean, that's straight whiskey there that he's drinking, guys. I mean, again, sponsorship deals hit us up. That's all I can say.
Well, no wonder he probably thinks he's pissed anyway. The way this podcast is going.
I would say even I'm lost now.
Yeah.
And I was in on some of this.
I mean,
especially the Ronald phone call.
Let's just bring it back. Albon, appendicitis. Then there was complications. Out for the season.
Yeah, I think it was either yes. Of course, it was yesterday. It's Tuesday when we're recording this. So yeah, it was announced yesterday. He's out for the rest of the season with it, and I still struggle to pronounce the guy's name, so apologies. But Nick DeVries or DeVries, the new guy.
Nick DeVries.
Nick DeVries.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, he's going to be driving for the rest of the season for him.
I haven't seen that. I thought he was coming back for the next race in Singapore.
Yeah.
Don't know, but it sounds like it went a bit wrong. Whatever, he had complications, and he's ended up in ICU.
Yeah, he was on a ventilator, wasn't he? He had appendicitis.
Shit, really?
Yeah, he had appendicitis, and he suffered respiratory failure and was put on a ventilator after the surgery.
Yeah, it was an intensive care.
This was all in Monza as well. Apparently, it happened. Was it Saturday morning?
But he's discharged. I've heard he's been discharged now, just literally in the past few hours. But I would be surprised. There's 3 weeks until the next race because Russia's been cancelled.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty serious shit, isn't it? So
you'll know better than us, Tone, but surely, like, the fact that he's had breathing difficulties on a ventilator, I mean, medical professional as he is, you just have to look at him, ladies and gentlemen, and think, that guy is a medical professional. The G-forces and force on his chest and stuff.
Definitely not an actor.
Well, no. Definitely not an actor. That was the worst acting phone call I've ever heard. Yeah, like with the G-forces on and pressure on his chest, surely he won't be able to drive for a while.
I mean, I agree. I think he's in a pretty when you're in intensive care, you're in a pretty bad way. And if he's on a ventilator and breathing and stuff like that, like that's pretty bad. Like, and he's had appendicitis.
Back in a week's time, can you really? With all that?
No, definitely not for a flyaway one at Singapore. I mean, I won't be surprised if he's not allowed to fly.
I mean, yeah, I think he might get another race in this season, maybe a couple. But
watch this space.
Watch this
space. Yeah,
space.
we'll have to. Wherever I saw that post the other day, I can't find it. So I'll keep an eye on it. I'll confirm. But I can't imagine. I mean, an appendectomy. Granted, it's only small surgery, I suppose. It's probably keyhole and stuff like that. But looking at the fucking complications you went through.
Yeah.
Geez, can you imagine having that and then going back to work on the Monday?
No.
How was your weekend? A bit rough.
Yeah, just a bit. I mean, I had appendicitis, had it out. Well, then I was on a ventilator.
Nearly died.
Died. I had respiratory failure. And then I got discharged. I had a pretty full weekend.
But what about you?
Yeah. What was you up to?
Yeah.
Stay alive all weekend?
I mean, he's fit to be an F1 driver. He might bounce back than the regular person. But
yeah, maybe, yeah.
The stresses of being an F1 driver, in and out of the car, physically and mentally. I think you need a bit of a rest, maybe.
Look at the comments that Nick DeVries said at the end.
Yeah,
I'm guessing you both. He went. I
physically
can't get out the car. He went. I can't lift my arms, and he said, "And I know I'm in Park Fair, but can somebody help me out?" And they even said on the radio, "Yeah, just leave it with us. We're just trying to confirm."
Yeah,
but I think Mark touched on that before about F2 and F3 races. F1's different. Like, there's a lot more power. There's a lot quicker. The force is therefore a lot stronger.
Yeah.
And
a lot of them don't use power steering. Well, they don't have power steering anyway. Some of them have a little bit of power assistance, but the majority of them don't have any.
Yeah, more buttons. I think the race is longer. Like, it just shows you. Like, I'm sure we've all been on roller coasters and whatnot in our lives ever. Come off it and felt a bit like, whoa. Like, and he's literally just stepped up. Touching on him though, I think this was a bit of like a work interview. Like, this was his chance to like show how good he is. Like, and this was the chance. I think he smashed it, but obviously it's massive toll on his body at the end.
Well, it proves he needs to get
better. Drive,
he obviously needs to do that fitness, and he probably thought he was fit before. And he probably is nowhere near fit and strong enough. Because if he'd like that after a race, Singapore is meant to be the hardest track because it's humid, hard work. Yeah. He's not going to be able to finish the race, is he? He's going to crash because his arms are going to give up.
Yeah, that's true.
If you look at K-Mag as well, when he came back, he said the same thing. I mean, he'd only been out for about, was it a season or a little bit over? I can't remember. But even when he came back, he said, yeah, I've got to get used to this again because my neck's killing me.
Yeah.
But,
and I mean,
big force, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got some big races left as well. Singapore, Japan,
prestigious.
USA,
prestigious.
Of course, Mark. Mexico.
There as well.
I would say Brazil. It's quite prestigious.
Yeah.
And Abu Dhabi. So, yeah, there's still a few races left. Should we jump into any more news? Does anybody want to hit us with any more news, bites, interesting facts, figures?
I had two quick things, but if James wants to go first, if you've got anything.
James?
No, I don't think I have.
So, Porsche have called off their collaboration with Red Bull.
Ooh.
Porsche
really?
Porsche wanted a shareholding and to have an influence in team operations. The rumour is they didn't want Mr. Horner. But Red Bull wanted to keep independent, so talks have stalled and Porsche have called it off. So they might come back to another team, but basically Red Bull are putting all their eggs in. Basically, Honda staying in and helping them with the engine, but they want to be their own team, which I can kind of.
Let's hope they do it just for Christian's sake, because otherwise, it might be another bloody Spice Girls reunion just to try and keep the money coming in.
And VW are now expected to come into F1 in 2026 and take over the Sauber team, so Alfa Romeo.
Yes. Yes. Finally. They're massive, VW, aren't they? They're just massive. Right? They're massive in the UK, aren't they? And to be in F1, wow.
Yep. I mean, I think Porsche will definitely come back, and I think they'll probably be more determined to come back now and stick it to Red Bull.
Oh yeah, they'll sniff around. They'll sniff around some of the smaller teams. They'll start going to the likes of Williams and stuff like that. Teams that are needing the money and going, hey, you know what?
Yeah,
give us 51% and we're in.
Williams is a great shout. Williams Porsche. They've relied on Merc for so long. Williams could now have a Porsche engine. Freaking hell.
That opens them up again, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Makes them an exciting team.
Watch this space, but that's where I'm putting them.
Yeah, that's a good shout, that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, that's all I have.
That's all you got. Anybody else?
Nope.
Nothing? Nope. Should we touch on the predictions? Just quickly.
Yeah, can do.
The ones from previous race, you mean?
Yeah.
You want me to do it?
You can do it, won't you? I mean,
we all have 31 points apiece.
Yeah.
We won't.
Before this race.
Of course, Jim wants to do this bit.
Hey, don't you two be falling out.
James is a knob now. Yeah. So 31 points apiece.
2 wins. Sorry, carry on.
Mark, you went for Max, Perez, and Leclerc.
Yeah.
Tony, you went Max, Perez, and Leclerc as well. I went Max, Leclerc, and Hamilton. And all I had wrong was I had the wrong Mercedes driver.
And I thought you was absolutely outrageous to put a Mercedes third.
So was I.
See? So yeah, so we all got 3 points apiece because Max won. I mean, let's face it, I'm pretty certain our predictions will never change for the winner now.
Nope.
That you two never got any more points after that. And then I got another 2 points because of Leclerc. So now you boys are both on 34 points apiece. And I'm back in the lead ever so slightly with 36 points. Suck it, bitch.
Tony, I knew this would happen because he got cocky last time we had a 2-point lead and he was like, I'm running away with it now. And then
whoa. I never said I'm fucking running away with it. I said I've got a very slight lead. I didn't even say it's comfortable. All right? It's as comfortable as wearing a half suit and a dressing gown.
I think your words were, I can be bold with my predictions now. I have a comfortable lead.
7-point lead, Mark.
Yeah,
you have to speak up though because I can't hear you that far behind me.
Ooh, burn. I've got a plan, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, we know what your plan is. It's no secret. You asked Beth. That's your plan.
No, I've got a Ferrari plan B, but it's not Ferrari. It's a Tony B. So it's going to be, plan C, sorry, because I've already gone for plan A, which is me. Plan B is Beth. And then plan C is the big one. It's the big one.
Yeah, it's you.
I'm not going to give it away.
Tuesday.
I'm not going to give you any. Okay, plan D then, maybe. Plan D.
That don't work. Try E. Maybe F.
E? Plan
G?
B, yeah.
Yeah, go for G.
Let's skip F unless you want your car to just spontaneously combust and pull over.
Yeah.
Just skip straight past that plan. Didn't work really that well for him.
We might not have time for plan G though. Might not have time for it.
Yes, we've got the other 6 letters to get through.
Tune in, guys. That's all I can say. Tune in to find out what Tony's plan is. Honestly, it's going to be a grandstand. I'm hoping it's going to be a grandstand finish. And not a Monza finish where it's a safety car finish. Or procession, shall we say.
As long as there's none of this, no, Mikey, no, kind of finish to it or anything, it's fine. Right? No, Mikey.
Right then, where shall we go now? Shall we have a quiz? Or, yeah, I think we should maybe start the quiz. Let's start the quiz.
Okay.
So it's Mark versus James. I've got a lot of questions, I'll be honest here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and we've got an 18. But it's a bonanza because we haven't had a quiz in such a long time.
Welcome
so who
to
wants to
episode
go?
18 of Mastermind.
Who wants to go first? Shall I flip?
No. You two have collaborated. You've worn your suits. James can go first.
James, is you okay with that?
Yeah, fair play. Yeah. Let's have Mark just have a little bit of time to reflect.
The best dressed can go first.
You know it.
James, who holds the fastest pole position lap at Monza?
Fastest pole position.
Who holds the fastest pole position lap in Monza?
You know what? Sod it. I'm going to go with it. Max Verstappen.
Incorrect. Mark.
Oh.
I might have to start timing this because this could be the rest of the podcast here if we
Well, I don't think we're going to get 18 questions.
20 questions.
Yeah, we have got to talk about the race. So I am going to say.
We'll have to rush you, Mark.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm going to say Alonso.
Incorrect. It was Lewis Hamilton.
I thought that was too easy for Lewis.
Okay. Yeah.
So who's next? Mark.
Yeah, go
on. Rubens Barrichello holds the race record lap, but what year was it set?
Oh God. 2004.
Correct. It was 2004. Well done, Mark. Okay, James. Has Max been on the podium before at Monza? It's a yes or no question.
Well, I kind of gathered that bit.
Just to be very clear.
What? They're in a maybe option?
No.
Yes.
Incorrect.
But it's the first time he's won it.
Yeah, he's never been on the podium before.
Incorrect. So, Mark, what was his previous highest finish?
It's one of either 4th or 5th. I'm going to say 5th.
Correct. It is 5th. Mark, up there. So, James. Who has taken the most Italian poles?
Lewis Hamilton.
Yes! Boom! Get in!
Wow.
You've got a point.
Wow. I mean, that was shady as fuck, but, wow.
What? Shut up.
It was a simple question, Mark.
Was it?
And he got it right.
What? So for the audio listeners, at that point, as he asked the question, he put on his Mercedes cap seductively. I mean, make of that what you will, Michael Massey.
What is that ever so comfortable lead suddenly becoming a little bit less now, Mark? Or
Well, yeah. To be fair, James, it's 2-1, and we've got like 1,000,001 questions to go.
Okay, then, Mark. Yeah. This is a very easy question. How many F1 fragrances are there? Come on, Mark. Time is
0.
ticking. Incorrect. James.
3.
Incorrect. There's 5. And honestly, it's not what you read that up. Honestly, read that up. Read that up.
On that note, let's take a quick break because that's a great place to stop it. How many fragrances is the F1?
Some people might not know. This is great marketing. Anyway, Pete.
2 of us didn't.
Look, we'll see you in part 2.
See you, Charlie.
Bye-bye.
This meeting is being recorded.
Welcome back, folks, to episode 18 of Straight to the Apex.
The weirdest episode.
The what episode?
Yeah, the weirdest.
Weirdest episode. It's fun.
Yeah, the weirdest episode. Monza. We're trying to spice it up, as you can probably already tell, if you've made it this far in the podcast. So, yeah. Are you okay, James?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you were trying to look into my soul then. I don't know. Anyway.
I'm dressing my eyes.
Anyway, quiz. 2-1 to Mark. Still got a lot of questions to go. So let's go for it. So, who was last to answer? Can you remember?
Me, because it was a stupid F1 bloody cologne.
Fragrances.
Oh, so it's James's now.
Yeah.
Nicholas Latifi, smell like a goat.
And I've got simple ones. Honestly, I've got the simple ones, hard ones, historical ones. James, who finished 5th? Who finished 5th in the race today? In the race,
Lewis Hamilton.
Correct. Mark, do you want to? 2-2, guys. This is insane. Who set the fastest lap? Mark.
What, on Sunday?
Yes, in the race. Sorry.
It was Sainz.
That sounds familiar.
Is that your final answer, Mark? I'm giving you a chance here. I'm being very fair.
Yeah, because it's again. I'm torn between 2. I think it was Sainz.
Incorrect. James, do you want to steal the point here?
I think it's Leclerc.
Incorrect. It was Perez.
Was it Perez? Yeah, that was. Ah, damn it.
Come on, guys. Okay, so we'll go back to James. Who finished last? So who was still racing but finished last?
Christ, I never looked that far back.
You're an F1 fan, James. You'll have watched that race back, forward, reversed, slow motion.
Just trying to... I want to say Sonoda.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Just need to switch to the gallery view here because Mark might be reading something. It's probably got 1,000. Okay. Sonoda. Incorrect.
Yep.
Latifi.
Latifi.
Incorrect. He was second to last.
Oh, was
that was my other guess, actually.
It was K-Mag.
Oh, okay.
So is it back to James?
No, it's me now.
It's Marky Poos.
There's a Marky Poos. Mm-hmm. When was Monza built? Which decade was Monza built? There we go. I've opened the goalpost.
50s.
Incorrect. James.
'20s.
That's correct, James. That was a great shout. I don't know how we got that.
I just remember Seb. I'm sure it was Seb Vettel. He had 100 on his helmet.
Well played.
Okay.
Yeah.
Along with Schumacher, who has the most Italian GP victories?
You, James.
I thought it was you.
No, because I got that Monza one wrong.
You got Monza wrong.
Yeah. What was it? Who's had the most wins at Monza?
Along with Schumacher, who has the most Italian GP victories?
Hamilton.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct.
I can see Mark's eyes just going, fuck's sake. Come on.
Yeah.
How many times did Ayrton Senna win at Monza?
Ooh. You're reading your book? Okay, Google.
He is deep in thought, guys. And they're easy, difficult questions. But he's in a hole right now, guys.
4.
Final answer.
Well, yeah.
Incorrect.
Yes.
Jim?
Okay.
I had 3 in my head.
That's incorrect as well. It was 2. It was 2.
That's closer. That's a win.
So, which is who was the first Italian to win the Italian GP? And you can give last name if you want.
This is you, James.
This is you, James.
Wow. Just trying to think of Italian drivers. I'm scared that I'm going to say one if I found it was a Spanish one.
I would not get this if I had not looked at Wikipedia, so if you could say anything really now, it'd probably be better than my guess.
Mario.
No, that's incorrect. Mark?
Was it close though?
Mario.
I can't comment.
I'm trying to think of a Mario.
I can't comment.
Luigi.
Italian. Oh God. Right. I'm only going to say this because I saw him on Rush and he was Niki Lauda's teammate. Now I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Clay Regazzoni.
Incorrect. It was Ascari.
Which is why there's a corner called Ascari, is it? I think. Yeah. Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. Right. So who's
mate?
Mark.
Yeah.
It's Mark. Okay. Wow. We've only got 1, 2. Oh no, we've got a few actually. So Mark, right. What car crossed the finish line first?
The winner won it.
The Mercedes safety car.
Correct.
Shit question, nice.
I was trying to trip you.
Oh well, I mean, yeah,
you nailed it.
It nearly worked. So I'm 3-all. I don't know why I'm complaining. Anyway, carry on. Yeah.
I know it's 4-3.
Is it?
It's 4-3. Honestly. I'm not. I wouldn't.
Right. Okay.
Wreck the Chris. So James, next question for you. Who won the Italian GP?
What?
No, I'm joking. That's not a question. We all know who won.
I'm going to say I'm stumped.
I was about to fucking drive around to your house and batter you if that was the question.
No, Mikey, no.
No, Mark.
No, Tony.
Wow.
Right. Okay. Let's bring it back. Who is the only person to win 3 Italian GPs in a row? Now, this person has been mentioned before in conversation. No, that's incorrect.
Vettel.
That's also incorrect. I've got Fangio.
Fangio. Right, okay.
Yes. Right then. So it's 4-3.
What, to James?
To James.
Right, okay.
This is the final question. And is it James's question?
It's me.
No, it's
Mark's question. Okay.
Give him something else. James's question. James is who won the grand.
Well, this is kind of my last question, but it's the decider question. So it's like nearest wins.
Right, okay.
What?
So
no, how does that work?
Whoever gets Mark goes first. Whoever gets the nearest answer wins.
Wins what? The point or the quiz?
Wins the point. And if Mark wins the point, he draws the quiz.
Yeah.
Or if you win it, James, you could take the win here. And Jesus Christ, you've asked some good questions. I'll be honest.
What happens if it's a draw?
If it's a draw,
Tony stumped.
You didn't think this through, really, did you?
No. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, go on.
In 1971, it was the closest finish ever in an F1 race. What was the gap between the top two?
In when? 1971?
1970. Don't say anything, James, because you're just going to fuck yourself over here, mate. Just a word of advice.
How accurate we got to be?
How
accurate have you got the answer to? Tenths, hundredths, thousandths?
I mean, it's in seconds.
Right. But have you got like 1.253 seconds, or have you got?
Oh, okay. It's to the 100th second then.
So one place after the decimal.
Yeah. Now that's 10th, isn't it? So it's the 100th.
So two after the. What is it? Is it one after the decimal or two?
Two.
Yeah, my fucking head hurts.
Oh God, Jesus Christ! I'm glad I'm on all day after this podcast. Right, I'm going to say 1.12. So
you're going 1.12 seconds.
Yes.
Okay. 1 second. James.
1.13.
Oh, fuck. Right. I hope it's not point something. I really hope it's not point.
Is that your final answer, James?
Yep. Fuck it. Why not? It's going to be loads of seconds, but I just want to do it by that 1/10/100th.
I mean, are you sure, James?
Oh, just shut up. It's not point something, in it. So I've won.
Me up. We've still got this race to talk about. We'll be doing in Singapore in a few minutes.
Well, I mean, between yourselves, you have got exactly what the time was, and it was 0.01 seconds. So Mark wins the point. So it's a draw.
So after 18 questions, we've not got a winner. What a waste of time.
Agreed.
Talk about the race, you idiot.
I'm ringing Beth.
Can you get her to do like one final killer question while we talk about the race?
Yeah, that's a good shout, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me message you now. The race, guys. I mean, it was a bit boring, wasn't it? But it started off with a very bad start for Lando Norris. Mark, do you want to add anything to that? Lando Norris, terrible start.
I mean, you was probably jumping for joy at that fact, but yeah, he pretty much nearly stalled and went, well, he went back very quickly.
Very quickly. He supposedly it was an anti-stall. It was a launch failure or something.
Yeah.
That I don't know if they knew about already or they didn't, I'm not sure. In his interview, he alluded to like they kind of knew about it already, like it wasn't working.
Right.
Anyway, he messed it up and he dropped like a stone. Leclerc smashed it. Excuse me. And then Russell got pushed wide, which I enjoyed greatly. And he like in George Russell's style, came on the radio and said, "He pushed me wide." I'm surprised he didn't say, "I've got a snake in my boot," but we'll carry on. He didn't push him wide. He was the wide car. He wasn't in the lead. He was just getting a bit upset, wasn't he? It was typical George Russell, I think. What do you guys think?
Yeah. That chicane is so tight. It wasn't far enough in front. I think George had even said pre-race about you've got to be so far in front of that corner, and he wasn't. And yeah, he got forced wide. Hamilton had a very nervous start, like really nervous. I don't think he ever took someone for ages.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Especially at that track as well. If you're at the back, let them first few laps would die because you're just stuck in a concertina, aren't you? It's just everyone at the front can peel away, but then everyone else is kind of trying to get into line.
Yeah, but
it just kind of screws you over.
Sainz and Perez seemed to move through the field quite quickly, and Hamilton didn't really go anywhere. He's very cautious when he comes through the field. I mean, Max again went from P7 to top 3 in 4 laps.
Well, it was ridiculous how quick he did that. And you know what? There's other people now actually saying what we've been saying. That kind of has Max got a different car to Perez?
Yeah.
Because granted, Max is a better driver and stuff like that, but that much,
that bigger gap in the same car.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, no chance.
Not. I mean, it was on the straight. He was passing people like easily, Max. Like he went up like,
still.
Yeah, like he went up the places in the first 4 laps, like ridiculously.
I know the Merc.
How was that fair?
I know the Merc is a terrible car to compare this against, but when you look at the rear wings in the race, the Merc rear wing was absolutely tiny. Like, you know, they'd gone for like a low drag setup. That's why they were slippy apparently in the corners. There was a side by side between Max and Lewis, and the wing on Max's car was pretty much the standard one. How is that car so fast? Yeah, it's got so much downforce because it's got a big wing on still. He must have a different engine to Perez. He's got to have a more powerful engine. He's got to.
Do you reckon weight?
Well, it's all since Perez caught up with Max and Horner turned around and went, you know what? He's in contention now for the championship. I'm going to let him race. Ever since that happened, Perez has just been...
He's not been in contention.
Yeah. I'm not going to say Perez has been shite because it's not fair on Perez, but no. Perez hasn't been there.
No. And how can he go from, like you say, nearly title challenging, really, the Red Bulls are running away with it, to all of a sudden, he's nowhere near in what we said is potentially the same car.
I mean, Max is that far ahead now. If he wins at Singapore, he could, depending on how, you know, some of the other results, he could win the championship there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is scary. It's scary. I mean, he's got such a lead now.
If he gets it there, he will stop after that. I've already said he's going to win every single race now. Yeah, even after he's got the championship, he'll just be like, no, because that's just his headset. That's just how it works.
Well, Singapore is a track that Merck's aren't very good at. Red Bull are generally quite good at because it's twisty. He's going to win there. Then you've got Japan, another kind of circuit where Merck struggle. It's like a go-kart track. He's going to win there. USA, generally, Merck are good there. Don't think they're going to be good there this year. Max is going to win. I can't see Max not winning a race unless he breaks down.
Yeah, correct. And I think he will. I think there's one race left this season where he's going to fuck up. He's going to fuck up. He's got to.
I kind of feel that.
But it's just where, and picking that race could potentially start our predictions.
I'd love it if it happened at Singapore, just to add a little bit of spice to it, because everyone's going to be sitting there thinking he's got this and that's the championship done. If his engine fails at this race, then everyone's going to be a little bit up in the air. He's still going to get it.
Well, he's 116 points in front. He's going to get it, isn't he? And he's got that many engines in the pool now. Like I say, I'm not being funny and I'm not being a conspiracy theorist, but I'm sure he's got Perez's new ones as well.
I was just about to say he's got his 3 engines. He's got 2 of Perez's. I said this to Charlie as well. I went, he's got 5 engines in total.
Yeah, he can have Toro Rossos, Alpha Tauris. He can have theirs. They're Honda as well. All the new ones. Gasly, we don't like him. He didn't do very well at Red Bull. Have his engines, Matt. There you go, son.
He's in that territory now where he can break records. So why not smash it now? Why not just keep going?
I am worried that we're going to have a Red Bull driver domination for the next 3 or 4 years, bit like the Vettel scenario.
Could be.
Merc and other teams, Ferrari, we know can't do it over a season. Merc have got to find almost 2.5 seconds a lap. And they're good on tyres at the minute, but when you push that car 2.5 seconds a lap quicker, you're not going to be very good on your tyres.
All that Merc have got at the moment is reliability and stuff like that. That's it. It'd be good if they can get themselves in a position where they're threatening again for next season, just because it'll be nice just to watch Lewis and Max racing again. And Lewis has said it as well, and he's actually said, you know what, I'm just dying to race against him again. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to be another Red Bull domination for another year or 2.
While we talk about Red Bull, though, Perez's brake fire.
Yeah, well, that's next on my list.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Very weird.
Very weird. And it lasted for a couple of hours.
It didn't go out for ages, did it? Yeah. I mean, he came out, it was smoke, and then he could see flames sputtering every now and then. I was like, this ain't right. It should have gone out by now. But there was a couple of other cars had it as well. There was a couple of the other drivers had the same kind of thing, same tyre as well. So
it's a fast track. Supposedly they're on the throttle quite a lot around this track.
And then the stamp on the brakes for the 2 chicanes, which is why they had the problem.
So
it's a clockwise track as well, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. I think it's 4 left turn, 7 to the right, or something like that, if I remember right. So
yeah.
Sainz smashed it as well, 18th up to 7th.
He had a good race, I thought.
He did.
And then Vettel was out pretty early, which was a bit sad. Sad for the Ferrari crowd as well, being an ex-Ferrari. And it was his last one as well, because he's retiring, isn't he?
Timing of the virtual safety car didn't really help Leclerc in his pit stop, did it? I think they thought they was getting a cheap stop, and it kind of went green again as he was in the pits. So
what's going on with these safety cars anyway? It's the last 2 races. It happened again with Ricciardo as well in this one. There's been a car stopped on the track, and at least another lap or 2 has gone by before they've then gone, oh yeah, we best get the safety car out, lads.
Well, the
car is on the track.
And the truck was on the track. We had all this with who was it? Bianchi. This is
Bianchi all over again.
All the haloing because he hit a truck. And why did the safety car pick up George Russell? It should have picked up. It should have waited at the pits and picked up Max, because that ruined the end of the race, because they had to then wait for George and everyone to go around. But yeah, you're 100% right, James. They dicked about and waited too long.
I don't get it. As soon as there's a fucking car stopped on the track, you shouldn't even have to fucking think about it or ask anyone. It's just like, yeah, it's a safety car. It's not even virtual. It's a fucking safety car. And last week with Bottas, that was right on the fucking pitch straight. Get him driving through the pitch straight off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what's going on.
They're almost scared to make a quick decision since Massey last year. And like you say, it's going to cost a big accident. It's going to cost someone's potentially life.
Yeah.
Well, it's already cost somebody, isn't it? It's already cost the championship.
Yeah.
Not hopefully nobody's life. But
not again, anyway.
they need to nip it in the bud. They need to nip it. People are saying that it should have been red flagged. How do you feel about that?
No,
it was. There was potential, but I think they just decided because there was only 3 or 4 laps left. It was probably just like, it's just
a red flag.
That would have been amazing.
A red flag to me is a big accident where a barrier needs repairing, or it's it's really, really unsafe. They did
have grounds for a red flag though. With having to get a truck on the track and that, they could have gone for the red flag.
That is the only thing that
on the track.
That's the only thing that you think, because it's an old style track. It's a prestigious track, so there's not many service roads. They've got a recovery vehicle on the track. Yeah, in the narrow part of the circuit as well. It's borderline, isn't it? And they could have made a bit of a spectacle out the last 5 or 6 laps. And it would have potentially been 8 or 9 laps if they'd have been quicker, like James said.
Yeah. And what a spectacle it would have been. Completely agree, Mark. Completely agree. You'd have... But that didn't happen. Max won. And he just seems to get the look. He seems to get the look again and again this year. But again, I suppose, create your own luck, and it's his year, isn't it? So,
do you want to give the finishing order?
Well, what else happened? Anything else happened? DRS train, Ricciardo.
Hamilton did make a great overtake on your friend Norris and Gasly.
Gasly land.
Yeah, Gasly. Yeah.
They even
said, got about 3 or 4, didn't he?
Yeah, they watched it, didn't they? In the after the race, and like Max and George were like, freaking hell, did you see that? Like, I know he was on new tyres, but bloody hell, it was a right move.
I'm trying to remember what happened, because there was about 3 or 4 in front of him, and I was saying, because of the gap, is the best he's going to do is 6. And something happened to one of the... I think they all got caught up with each other, and he just flew by about 3 of them.
I think Norris and Gasly were fighting coming into the first straight. I don't know if Norris had just come out the pits or if they were fighting, and then I think Norris did something, slowed Gasly down, and Hamilton just went around the outside and then nipped in, and he was off 2 of them straight like that.
Well, and then safety car, I've already read. The final standings were Max first, Leclerc second. Leclerc was not happy. Russell third. He's always happy. 4th, Sainz. He was frustrated, and he said in his interview that he was catching George, and that again would have been an ace finish. That Lewis 5th, Perez 6th up from 13th, Norris 7th. Moaned about his start, which kind of killed his race. Gasly 8th. De Vries, which we haven't really spoke about as much as we should have done. Amazing experience, a dream. I think he'll be in an F1 car very soon, but it depends how it all lands, depends how it all goes. It's all down to money at the end of the day. Yep. Latifi's got a lot of that. So he's probably going to keep his seat for the remainder of the season.
Not a lot of talent, but he's got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Joe was 10th, 11th Ocon, 12th Mick, 13th Bottas, 14th Yuki. The man himself, Latifi 15th, K-Mag 16th, and DNFs for Ricciardo, Stroll, Alonso, and Vettel. So yeah, Just to end though, we have a bit of a case at Monza. I don't know if anybody's picked up on this or heard of this. So Leclerc finished first in 2019. He then DNF'd the next season, where Gasly won, who then DNF'd the next season, where Ricciardo won.
Who then DNF'd? Oh.
Who DNF'd today, and Max won. So will Max DNF next time?
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Right. Anything to add?
Driver standings.
Max first, Leclerc second, Perez third, Russell fourth, Sainz fifth, Lewis sixth. And this fucking shirt is now strangling me. I thought you were going to say something, Mark, there, but thank you very much.
No, I don't really care. I hope it does.
Second, third, and fourth is separated by about 17, 16 points.
Yeah, it's close.
Interesting.
Close.
Red Bulls are winning. The constructors 545, Ferrari 406, Merc 371. And they've come out and said they're aiming for second now. Alpine and then McLaren. So yeah. Anything to add? Will Mercedes pass Ferrari?
Possibly. I think them.
I'm going to say it'll come down to reliability, but yeah, it's a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
I would go 70-30 no, but I think the way Ferrari are doing strategies and reliability, it might swing. But yeah, we've got, like I say, we've got Singapore next, 2nd of October. Not a very good Mercedes track, so if Ferrari score big points there, then it could be too big a gap with 6 to go.
Well, I mean, yeah. Are we going to do a podcast before then? Because I know a few of us were away for Singapore. Will we do like a special just before Singapore?
I reckon we can squeeze one in. You might be able to get like another 20-question quiz in there, Tony.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll do one next Tuesday. I'll do a quiz for you two. Mid-season quiz. But we'll obviously sort this off air. One of you guys James can record it, because obviously I'm not going to be here the week after for the Singapore race. So it's a good test.
Offline.
Yeah.
We'll sort it.
Yeah, we'll sort it.
We'll sort it. Anyway, how long have we got left? Anything long?
5 minutes. So do you want to do predictions?
Should we do predictions next time?
No, let's put them in now. Let's put them in the book now.
Yeah, I've got mine.
Okay, sons of bitches, let's go.
You haven't done them, that's why, aren't you?
No, but Beth has. And I've gone different. No, I've gone the same, really. Max to win. Leclerc second, Sainz third. And maybe I would have gone Leclerc to win, but let's go with Bethy, the love of my life, and go with Max, Leclerc, Sainz.
Okay.
You want to go next, Mark? Or?
Well, I mean, mine are simply Max, Leclerc, and Sainz. So there you go. Put them in the book.
Well, what is it for you two?
Go Leclerc to win, James. Go on, do it.
I've got Max to win.
No, son of a bitch.
And I've got Leclerc in third.
In third?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
And I think Russell's going to get second.
Oh my God.
You do love a Mac podium.
No.
God,
look, honestly,
G-Wagon
right,
power.
Mr. Consistent. Mr. Consistent. The only time he hasn't finished in the top 5 was when he didn't finish. He's going to be around there, and I think that will be the drama. And that is how Max is going to win it.
Okay. I like
with
that.
Leclerc not getting second.
Merc are going to win one. I honestly believe that. Hamilton or Russell. It's honestly, one of them are going to win.
It'll be the last race of the season. It'll be because Red Bull and Ferrari are both out of it because they haven't got any engines left.
Yeah. And Hamilton will be winning, and George will do him over, and Tony will absolutely lose his shit.
But at the moment, you can probably stick Max Verstappen in one of those little tights, little yellow and red pedal cars, and he'd still win, probably.
Yeah, it would.
I'll tell you now, Lewis Hamilton, Abu Dhabi, 22.
Yeah.
And Tony leads
a year too late.
At the very end.
Have you got a question then? A killer question for me and James?
I have. It's for it's James, isn't it? It's James.
Yeah, James. Yeah.
Who won the Singapore GP from pole in 2018?
Singapore GP 2018. You won it from pole. It's Verstappen.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
It's incorrect. Mark, go on, mate.
I think it's Nico Rosberg.
Is that your final answer?
I'm probably wrong, but yeah.
You're wrong. It was Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, that was the name.
Shit, I wanted to say that as well.
You got another one?
I have another one.
Okay, good. Right.
Who? And it's just let's go.
Mate. Yeah.
Who shares the most successful driver in the Singapore track with 5 wins?
5 wins.
Obviously, there's 2. So
Vettel.
Okay. And
Alonso. Oh, no. Vettel. Yeah, Vettel and Alonso.
Okay. So one of them is correct.
Okay.
James, can you give me your 2, please?
I'm going Vettel as well. But Hamilton.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, because there's about a minute left.
James, you're the winner of the quiz. 2018, straight to the apex, in association with Cookie Cast. Stand on the chair, James, because we can't see you.
No, so just remember I'm Ron Burgundy.
Well, on that massive bombshell, we're going.
What an amazing podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, look on social media, watch on YouTube. Please comment, please like. Thank you, Andy. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. And Mark, we love you too. All right? Peace up.
That's for you. Bye.
See you soon, lads.
Bye-bye.
So there you go. What do you think of that? Another one done. Where does the time go? Where do the races go? Into the history books. That's where they go. Before you go, please do consider like, share, subscribe and comment. Drop reviews. Tell people what you think of this podcast. Do you like it? Do you think it's the best podcast out there? Let other people know. If you know somebody who's into Formula One, send this podcast their way. If you want to let these guys know how much you love their podcast, you can jump to thecookiecast.com. That's our website. There are social media links and an email button. You can get in touch with us, these guys, or any of the podcast guys. Let everybody know how much you love the podcasts. That's it for this one. Until next time, I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you then.